Hi there, my name is Hal Blattman of the Blattman Health and Wellness Center, and I'm here today with...
Hi, my name is Erin Fritz, and I'm with Simplify and Balance Wellness Coaching.
And today we're going to talk about...
We're going to talk about behaviors that you use to kind of check out.
Right, the things that you do to avoid doing the other things that are on your list to do.
Or feeling.
That's right.
The other things that maybe you're avoiding.
So we avoid feelings and we also avoid doings.
Yeah.
So what kind of things?
For everybody it's slightly different, but I think there's a few common threads, a few that a lot of people use.
That we all go to from time to time.
Alcohol, I think, is a top one
That's
for
a big
lot
one
of people.
For a lot of people.
Eating can be another one.
Eating. Television?
I was going to say, and as we've kind of moved towards more electronics, I think television and social media.
Social media too. Like avoiding the conversation because your head's buried in your cell phone.
Right.
Especially when you're at the family reunion.
Right. And so we're talking about these as kind of assuming that you've noticed that maybe you're engaging, in some of these behaviors. And our question for you is, how is it negatively impacting your life?
Right. What part of it makes it not work for you?
And figuring that piece out lets you take kind of the next step.
And one of the things as you figure it out might be to not judge yourself.
Yeah, so that's the other thing too. We define behaviors as good and bad, or habits as good and bad, right? And that this tends to fall into a category as bad if it's something that you want to change.
And we want to avoid that.
Yeah, so it's this idea of, and this is what I talk about with my clients, it's about bringing the compassion and this non-judgmental attitude even towards yourself. Just like you would
Being compassionate toward yourself is so difficult to do sometimes.
Yes, we're pros at the negative self-talk.
So as we do work this week on ourselves, and as we start to look at our life in this way, we want to be compassionate about the idea that some of this may not change right away, and some of this we're going to look at and go, I'd like to change that part first. So how should we look at this in the next week, whether we're afflicted with pain problems or time problems or various social and conflict and life problems? How are we going to look at this in the next week and examine this in a non-judgmental way?
So I think first is figuring out what activities do you use for that reason. So what are your activities, right? So it's bringing awareness. Bringing their awareness to that. And so then once you know what those activities are, you can start to notice when you're using them more. And this is where that compassion comes in. And so I like to tell people, you can start taking that judgment out and bringing in the curiosity. So it's kind of like this, oh, I just noticed I did X.
Right. And then there's a reason why we always or often choose that behavior, being curious as to what is the reason for this.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead us to our future episodes where we talk about how we might reason ourselves a different way or a different behavior.
Yes, and I want to say one more thing about when you do it in the questioning manner, that's what takes the judgment piece out. So that's what takes that emotion and that really kind of hard on ourselves feeling.
So you can almost be surprised as to figuring out why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
After you figure out what it is that you're doing, you can...
Yeah. Oh, the other way to kind of, if it's something new and foreign and you're like, I don't really know how to do this, is you think about the same way that you would ask questions of a child if you were trying to figure out something for them. And so you want to approach it with that same compassion that you would a little child. We can really shift the way that we interact with ourselves.
Some of these behaviors are with us since childhood, so that might not be too far off.
Right. So those are your first couple things to bring awareness and then ask those questions. Bring the curiosity this week.
And keep yourself from being judgmental, even though you might be judging other people for these same behaviors, because they might do them to a larger degree that it really gets in your way. You want to start looking at this in a non-judgmental way for yourself. All right, that's enough to do for
I think so. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, thank you. Hal Blattman, Blattman Health and Wellness Center.
And Erin Fritz from Simplify and Balance.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye.